Hey, this is Majin, and here's some comic reviews for you. Now, there's not really enough to do a good, the bad, or the disappointing. I mean, I could probably give you a disappointing, but there's definitely no bad. But since I didn't buy Action Comics, but anyways, let's start off with Injustice number 8. Now, basically, there's a group of citizens in Gotham that are wanting to revolt against Superman, so they get the bright idea to use the Joker's name, which immediately catches the attention of Superman and Batwoman and Harley Quinn try to stop them, at least from using the Joker's name. Unfortunately, Superman shows up after they leave, and we'll just say there was mass murder committed. So, overall, it was an interesting read, but it wasn't like earth shattering or anything like that. One thing I thought was kind of odd is this DC Rebirth picture here. Superman's gonna die, and his powers being split into 4 different people, or yeah, 4 people in a sense, because you have Lex, Lois, the Chinese Superman, and Supergirl. So I'm wondering why they're putting him here, because that's kind of a misrepresentation. In fact, it's not really a rebirth; it's like a death of Superman and a reign of Superman. They basically copied their old storyline. But anyways, enough with DC. The Mighty Thor number 6. This is the only book you should. This is the book you should have bought first, and this is the first book you should have read, because this was by far the best book of the week that I read. Basically, it's at the very beginning. It's just catching people up to speed with Roxanne and Loki, and like the power struggle of the evil. But then what's really cool about this is Loki tells a tale of in the past, the time of Vikings, and how Thor was just this great this warrior rampaging through everybody, and people stopped praying for him, and then he switched sides, and he basically granted a wish to the side that Thor decimated. And it was this I thought was a great story, and there's actually more it's not finished. So I'm really looking forward to it. The art was the best. I mean, granted, this is a little bit more stylized, and so it's not going to appeal to everybody. But if you look in the big picture, like the art at the beginning and the more stylized art later on, this was the one for me. The best book of the week. Okay. New Avengers Standoff, number 10. Basically, this was not what I would consider a truly great book, but it's basically the new Avengers in retreat mode and resetting themselves for the upcoming battle with Shield and stuff. Now, while this is a standoff tie-in because of Rick Jones, it's kind of like, I guess what you can say is just imagine Rick Jones never happening, and the storyline could have still happened. I mean, granted, Rick Jones is the bridge that brought Shield and the New Avengers to battle, but they were going to battle anyways. They could have had any other thing to escalate it. So I thought this was kind of like a weaker way of crossing it over. But I mean, it was just okay. This is one of those books where if Marvel decided to cancel it tomorrow, I'm not going to worry about it. Not going to cry about it. Kind of be glad about it though. Okay, Nova number 6. Basically, it's Nova versus Nova, and the fight was pretty decent overall. He's still worried about his dad. He's thinking, about his dad lost in space, and after the battle, this is going to set what's to come to the next time, because I believe Sam is going to go off into space later. He also, what I thought was really a good moment was makes reference to how he keeps things secret from his friends and the Avengers, and it's the insecurity part, and I thought that part was good. And art, like I said, the art was good. I liked that. The fight was good. Overall, I enjoyed this book. Nice little teaser at the end where I'm kind of curious. I'm not curious, but I really would like to see how that's going to play out. But overall, decent read. Very decent read. Okay, Extraordinary X-Men. Number 9. Basically, what's going on here is you had those the the younger mutants, how they got separated, and it's basically explaining what they did during their time in that other dimension before the other X-Men arrive. So, well, it was interesting to see how, the trials and tribulations and how they grew. On the other hand, in the back of my head, all I'm thinking of is, okay, let me get this straight. Apocalypse is supposed to be here to judge the mutants, and basically this fittest is the strongest. Only the strong survive. The fittest will survive. Everybody else dies. And I just keep thinking, Apocalypse, you just keep dying. Your four horsemen keep getting beat. When are you going to figure it out that you're supposed to be the one to die? Because you're obviously not strong enough to beat the X-Men. It's every single time it's the bigger, badder Apocalypse. But every single time the X-Men always soundly beat him easily. And to me, Apocalypse is becoming a real joke. He's not even what I would consider a dangerous villain anymore. They make him look big and bad, but if you want dangerous Apocalypse, you got to go to X-Force with Rick Remender. Other than that, he's a POS villain. Let's be honest. Anyways, that's my reviews for the week. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Let me know what you picked up, what you liked, what you didn't like. We'll have more stuff later. I still have a Gundam video I would like to do. I finished Assassination Classroom, and I want to do a video for that. And but I'm right now collecting my thoughts on it. And we'll have some more stuff later. So until next time.